Ross Tinney here. The world of filmmaking is a never-ending challenge. You have to have that special set of skills to be that little bit sharper than your competitors to help you stand out. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 personal values that I use to succeed in the film industry. But really, these are personal improvement strategies that you could apply to any business or career pathway. My life and work ethic revolves around 5 P words. Now that's not to be confused with the 7 P's of pre-production. Perfect pre-production prevents piss-poor performance. That's a completely different video. My first key value is passion. You have to love what you are doing. If not, go find something else. Passion, well, it could be getting up in the dark to capture that time lapse of a sunrise, weeks on end until you get it perfect. Baking that cake over and over again. Painting that same favourite landscape. Rewriting that same report. Being the very best version of you that you can be. Until you can step back with a smile and say, I'm really happy with that. Or this. This is a photo of the Milky Way. Not just any ordinary photo. My friend Richard took this amazing picture of a deserted graveyard in a country town outside of Perth. Well, this is not a matter of going to a graveyard, setting up the camera and pressing the button. Oh no, he had the passion for his craft here, a burning desire to capture the very best photo he could. This is a long exposure photo made up of a series of images merged into one that took him 4 visits. That's 2 hours there, 2 hours back, times 4, multiple mechanical mishaps. He built his own set of lights with their own relay switches to turn on independently. He had a motorised tripod, an array of gadgets I've never seen before. He lit the church with floodlights, the tombstones with torches, and he was there twiddling and adjusting and shooting for hours. I know he did. I went with him as his assistant just to witness everything unfold. Well, this photo ended up as a featured photo in an American astronomy magazine. Simply an amazing result. Well done, Richard. Here is another he took out in the middle of the Atacama Desert in Chile. He gets around. And how do you know when you have the passion? When you feel your job is a hobby, not a chore. The next key tip is persistence. It took me 3 years of applying for jobs to get into the film industry. I was so near to giving up countless times, you have no idea. But I stuck to it. I got there. It didn't happen overnight, but I got there in the end. And I had one simple undying belief, that once I had decided that the film industry was where I wanted to be, that I was going to keep trying through good and bad until I got there. And the moral of the story? Persistence is one of the key values you need to break into your dream career. Why not adopt one of your own personal commitment strategies? Here's one. Don't wait for your ship to come in, swim out to it. What does that mean? Well, it means absolutely nothing about swimming and everything to do about you being proactive, about you making it happen. So don't wait for that employer to call you to say, hey, I've got that dream job you've been waiting at home for. No. Get off your butt, get on the phone and start ringing. I'm a freelance director. I have busy times and I have quiet times, just like all businesses. Well, I get contacted a lot from students wanting work experience or an internship. And as I say to everyone, I say, listen, I haven't got work on at the moment, or I've got work on, come and talk to me. But if I haven't got any work, I say, listen, give us a call in a week. Or give us a call next month. I've got work coming up and happy to chat and give you the opportunity. Well, here's the frustrating bit. Let's just say I have 30 students call me at the beginning of week 1. Well, I can pretty much guarantee that by the end of week 2, 25 to 27 of those students will have gone away. I will never hear from them again. The 2 to 3 passionate students are still there, calling me in the quiet times, ringing me, keeps on ringing me. And guess what? When I get busy, who are the students that get the opportunities? The passionate ones. So here's the tip. If someone says, call me back next week, call me back next month. It does not mean they don't like you. It does not mean they don't want to work with you. 9 times out of 10, it's just because they don't have any suitable work for you at the moment. Call them back. Never, ever quit. Persist. The next P in my list of personal values is patience. This comes right on the back of persistence. Well, passion, persistence and patience, they all kind of go hand in hand, really. The opposite of patience is impatience. Oh, I'm not waiting around for this to happen. This is so boring. This is taking way too long. The message? Hang in there. Your hard work will pay off. I was given a motivational calendar from a dear friend a while back. This calendar has a motivational quote every day of the year. Well, for the last 20 odd years it's been stuck on February 24. What does it say on that day? I'll tell you. When nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow it will split in two. And I know it was not that blow that did it, but all that had gone before. How many times have you been chipping away at a task, getting totally frustrated with little or no result? It could be a part of your study where you don't quite understand a certain element, or a huge mental or physical task you're undertaking, when suddenly a glimmer of light will appear. Da! You understand the brief, you solve the problem, you get over that final hill. You see the job becoming so much easier. Then, before you know it, you're on the way to the finish line. You have just been rewarded for effort. You have just performed the stonecutter movement. The next P is prepared. I was a Boy Scout. Their motto? You guessed it. Be prepared. I cannot stress enough your need to be prepared for every task that you undertake, because things can go pear-shaped in a heartbeat, and it is so important for you to protect the downside. I had a supplier on set with me a few months back, not one of my regular suppliers, I might add. His job as a camera assistant was to supply monitor and cables so that the client, advertising agency and myself could monitor the progress of the shoot. The monitor that he had was fine, but the cables going into it were worn and tatty and they had tape wrapped around it. So you guessed it, sometimes we had a picture, sometimes we didn't. Totally unacceptable. I asked him, I said, listen, have you got any new cables? He said, no, but if you hold the cable just up like this, it won't be a problem and I'll fix it later. I said, really? You may ask the question, has this guy worked with me since? No, he hasn't. So here's the thing. Always have a backup. Always have a plan B. Always be prepared. The last in my personal values in setting you up for success is pride. First impressions are everything. Keep your room tidy. I don't care what people say, but if you've got a tidy room, you show self-esteem, self-respect, and you care, because you'll always be part of a family, an office team, your flatmates, or be working for a boss who expects the very best of you as a person. Wash your car or motorbike and keep it tidy. You never know who will be a passenger one day. Remember, first impressions. And most important, present yourself in a clean and tidy manner, minus the body odour. Your next job could depend on it. Trust me, the world likes a neat, presentable, nice-smelling person. And no, I don't have an industry example of me playing out this word, because this is an everyday act for me. It's a lifetime habit. Well, that's it today on TINNEY Talks. If you got something from this post, that's great. I'd love to hear your comments. And if you have 5 words that you hold high and live by, please do share them. Oh, and do subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications. I look forward to catching up with you on my next video. Until then, take care, work hard, and be nice to people.